Hey guys, Fitness Haven here. This video is just all about my opinion of COVID at the moment. And I know a lot of people have different opinions of it, especially with what they know and what they've been told and everything like that. But as a health professional and someone who is physically disabled and all sorts of other stuff, I find that people's reaction to COVID is very, very melodramatic, is the best term for it. And I say that due to the fact that statistics have shown that the amount of people that have died in Canada pretty much equals the same amount of people that have died in Canada that have had influenza, so the flu, combined with chronic respiratory illnesses. And both influenza, the flu, and chronic respiratory illnesses, the same amount of people have died via those two things, whether it's combined or not combined. But in total of both of them, basically the same amount of people have died from that, well, from both of those in relation to COVID in Canada. And worldwide, just recently there was an article stating that 3 million people have died since the start of COVID. And in relation to that being a global number, it's very, very tiny. And people's opinion of COVID being a very, very big thing to worry about when it comes to that type of when it comes to those types of numbers, it makes me question how unbelievably uneducated you guys are on the fact that COVID is not that big of a thing to worry about. Like, yes, it's a virus and everything like that, but it's a virus that hasn't killed a lot of people globally, just as I just said, because out of close to 7.8 billion people worldwide, out of that number, only 3 million people have died from COVID. And yes, it's contagious, but stats have shown that if you actually are healthy, like just a healthy individual, whether you go to the gym frequently, whether you actually just do stuff physically, like going for walks here and there and whatnot, whether you play sports, or whether you're just physically active in general, there are stats that confirm that if you're that type of person, you're most likely not going to get the virus. And if you do get the virus, you're going to survive. And there's stats that confirm this. And here's, if you want to actually look at the stats, here's a link, and click the link below click both the links down below, because both of the links that I'm about to talk about our health in relation to COVID. And with that, as I said, people who are actually healthy, whether they have six packs, whether they're just overall healthy, or whether they're just in great shape and everything like that, only 1% of people, well, just a little bit over 1% of people will ever get COVID due to their health being in such great shape. And on the opposite spectrum of that, out of the 3 million people that have died, global wise, 2.5 million people have died from it based off of the fact that they are unhealthy. And I don't mean just like obesity wise. Yes, that is a big factor, because a lot of people that are unhealthy are overweight or obese or worse. But even people that are underweight, that don't have the actual metabolism and don't have the actual energy and just overall healthiness in general, don't survive this virus. And that just goes to show why it is important to be a healthy individual, especially in this time where we have this virus that is global. I'm not saying that it isn't, but when it comes to this virus, it just goes to show that if you are healthy, or if you're trying to be healthy, you're most likely going to not get this virus whatsoever. And if you do, as I said before, you're going to survive it. But then there's all these people in the world that I have even met that are like, oh, if you did it, it's going to affect your lungs for the rest of your life and everything like that. I'm like, okay, so does tobacco. So does weed. So does everything that you smoke up whenever you're doing stuff just for the fun of it. Those types of things affect your lungs just as badly as what COVID is doing. So why are you going all exaggerated on a virus that does the same amount of damage that tobacco or any other sort of type of thing that we smoke up, and how those types of things affect our lungs as well. So this whole COVID epidemic is just unbelievably outrageous, is basically what I'm saying, because I'm a very sociable person and I'm a very honest person, and it goes both ways, on a positive side and a negative side, because on the positive side I will tell people that feel that their life is negative or something like that, I will honestly tell them that they are wrong, that their life is positive and that they can make it positive if they feel like their life is being negative and everything like that. And I can give them the motivation to work towards a positive life because of how I do things with my job as a part-time job, as well as being a personal trainer. I am very motivating, and I try to be as motivating as possible. And inspiration is a big thing as well. I try to be as inspiring as possible because of the fact that through everything that we do, we need motivation and inspiration to get through the bad things that come our way. And that's the biggest reason why I do what I do. And yes, I do have my downsides when I am an honest person, because I might say something that is honest that I shouldn't have said, and it comes out on occasion. It's very stupid of me, I'll admit it. But it's something that I can get over because of the fact that I will always be there for the people in general, whether they're friends, whether they're co-workers, whether they're just people in general. I will always be there to make the day positive and make the day enjoyable through all the negative things that are happening. Okay? that's basically all I have to say for this little video about COVID and my opinion of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed what I've had to say and found what I've said a little bit motivating and a little bit educational about what COVID actually does to you. Because again, like as I said, when it comes to COVID at the moment, there are stats that confirm this. It's not that big of a thing to worry about. And being someone that is physically disabled and a few other things, I have never gotten COVID yet, at all, ever since it started. And being someone who's physically disabled that has health problems due to my disability, I have a tremendous percentage of a possibility of getting COVID due to my disability. And yet, despite that, through fitness and exercise and all that sort of stuff, I still have not gotten it once. So again, if for those people out there that think COVID is such a big deal to worry about, don't, because it's not. Again, 3 million people out of 7.8 approximately billion people have died from this. And the numbers of the amount of people that are getting it, like quotation marks getting it, because of the fact that how Canada's calculating a case or saying that they have a case and everything like that is based off of a microscope. You can have the smallest bit of COVID in you and you will never be dying from it. Like heck, again, as I just said, I could have it through being disabled and everything like that, and I'm still as healthy as a bee. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, hit that like button and stay tuned for future videos, whether it's topic related, more vlogs, tutorials, and other sorts of videos like that. If you want to stay tuned for that, subscribe, because there is a lot of stuff that I am going to be talking about. And I'll catch you guys later.